Danny Trooper and the Forgotten Realms, Part 4, The Ruins of Asgard. The Norse realm was empty, and all was still, except for one, Thor, the Lord of Thunder. He sat upon an ornate throne, weighed down by too much mead. A pedestal was nearby, with his famous hammer resting upon it. Even if all the Asgardians were gone, the majesty of Thor was still something to behold.
Here I am, the last of the mighty pantheon. My father, Odin. My mother, Frigga. My wife, the good lady Sif.
Thor drank deeply again from his bottle of mead.
All gone.
Thor rose and staggered toward his hammer. He grabbed it by the handle with both hands and pulled with all his might. It wouldn't budge. Frustrated, he took another deep drink from the bottle of mead.
What? Even you, Mjolnir, abandoned me in my time of need. I am no longer worthy. To Muspelheim with you.
Thor once again drank deeply from the bottle of mead that seemed as if it would never run empty.
The darkness came, swept through the realm like a plague. No thunder, no lightning could stop it. Asgard, all of it gone. Save for this throne room. A throne for a wretch. Here I am, the Lord of Thunder, reduced to nothing but a drunken memory of what I once was. I remember the battles, the glory, the mead flowing freely. But now there's nothing. Nothing but emptiness.
Again, the Lord of Thunder raised his bottle and took a deep drink.
Perhaps it's fitting. The once mighty Thor, who could hold back the waves of the oceans themselves, is now drowning. Drowning his sorrows in mead.
Thor took a final drink from the bottle, staggered back, fell into his throne, and promptly fell asleep. His snores thundered through his empty palace as Dan, Felicia, and Jeepers entered. In his hands, Jeepers still had the MythMaker's staff.
Where are we? What is this? What's going on?
Felicia, calm down.
Calm down? Calm down? We just blinked out of existence, and now we're
Jeepers! Yes, I believe we are in Asgard, the home of the Norse pantheon.
Felicia began to pinch herself over and over again.
Come on, Felicia. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
The Lord of Thunder woke up, stood up, and swung his mead bottle wildly, just missing the head of Felicia.
Oh, but mark my words. Even in this darkness, the horror will not go quietly into the night. No, I will fight. Fight until my last breath. Until there is nothing left to fight for.
Thor paused, seeing the cowering Felicia before him.
Oh, hello there. You're quite a fine feminine specimen, aren't you? What is your name, fair maiden? I am Thor, the Lord of Thunder, and, well, sadly, I am a widower. But I could certainly use your companionship to aid with my grieving.
Thor!
Thor ignored Dan, but instead remained totally absorbed by the lovely Felicia.
Would you have any interest tying your beautiful hair into a Viking braid?
Thor!
In a flash, Thor grabbed Dan by the throat.
Do you mind? I am talking to this fair damsel, you troll.
Thor! It's Dan.
Dan? I know no Dan. What kind of troll's name is Dan?
Danny. Trooper.
Thor released Dan.
Danny Trooper.
Yeah.
Thor stared at Dan for another moment and then put him in a great big bear hug.
Danny Trooper! It's been ages.
Thor. Can't breathe. Rushing my ribs.
Thor released Dan before he could indeed cause permanent injury.
Oh, sorry. What brings you to Asgard? Well, what's left of it?
Jeepers here. Said that Queen Star and Princess Starlight had been kidnapped by somebody called the Dark MythMaker.
That evil is responsible for the destruction of Asgard as well. Of all that we held dear, I am the only Asgardian left.
What about Valhalla?
I'm afraid it's gone, Danny.
Gone?
Well, we cannot reach it, at least. It's gone to us.
My dad.
The spirit of your father now resides there forever. We cannot reach him.
Dan, I need some cliff notes here. Why is this drunk Viking guy hitting on me? Where the heck are we? Asgard? Valhalla? Your dad?
A long time ago, the spirit of my father sacrificed himself to save all the realms. And because he sacrificed himself here in the Norse realms, his spirit got to go to Valhalla.
Oh, right. Well, that makes perfect sense then.
Woman, please. The Lord of Thunder has a headache the size of the Midgard serpent.
I want to wake up. I want to go home. I want to wake up. I want to go home.
Dan tenderly held Felicia's face in his hands.
Felicia, please. I understand. Believe me, I understand. I've been here before. I didn't really want to be here again, but I am now. So as much as I understand wanting to scream, you've got to get a handle on it. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is.
Dan carefully looked around the room and then back at Felicia.
Crazy thing is, it's all true. All of it. The Starlight Kingdom, Thor, Asgard. It's all true.
Don't you quote Han Solo at me. Not now.
Felicia, despite herself, flashed that winning smile at Dan. Dan smiled back at her in return.
Jeepers! Han Solo! From the space fantasy realms. I met him once, you know, and I...
Later, Jeepers. Stay with me, please. Okay? We'll get through this. Together.
Felicia took a moment, trying to absorb everything that had happened. Still, she managed to flash that winning smile of hers again.
Okay?
Dan and Felicia kissed. Thor squirmed at the sight of it.
Oh, so she's your woman.
I'm nobody's woman, you muscle-headed moron. But yeah, we're engaged.
Oh, Danny, I'm so sorry. Had I known, the last time I saw you, you were so young. I have to say, the beard you've grown is quite manly. Not as manly as mine, perhaps, but still, good effort.
Thanks. Thor, if we can't get into Valhalla, can we go anywhere else? We're trying to get back to the Starlight Kingdom. If it even still exists.
Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge, has been shattered. The Great Hall of Valhalla is forever closed to us. To put it simply, there is no way out.
Well, great. I guess I transport us someplace just to sit here and die.
I can't die. I've got so much to do yet. I haven't even seen Paris. Just the Paris casino in Las Vegas. And that is the cheapest excuse for an Eiffel Tower ever.
I can't believe there's no way out.
Well,
Well, what?
there might be one way.
Might?
You're not gonna like it.
Jeepers, what is it?
There is possibly one portal left.
Where?
It may be in my niece Hela's realm, the land of the dead.
Is she still there?
No. She and her minions were all destroyed by the darkness when the rest of the Norse realms fell.
But it's still there.
It is, but it's, well,
What?
ooky.
It's Uki?
You're the Lord of Thunder? And that's the best way you can describe it? Spooky?
Oh, just wait till you see it. Then you, too, will know what it is to be ooky.
Okay. So if we go through there, we might be able to get back to the Starlight Kingdom.
If it still exists, yes. The dark realms, such as the land of the dead, are connected to everything, including the Starlight Kingdom.
All right. I guess it's our only way out. Felicia, Jeepers, you ready for this?
Jeepers! If it's our only way back, then yes, I'm ready for the Ookie.
Will you all stop calling it Dookie?
Well, that's what it is.
Let's go, all right? I don't want to spend any more time in this insane asylum than I have to. So whether it's Dookie, Mookie, or Pookie, if it's a way out, a way home, we're going, all right? Now, which way?
Thor pointed into the distance.
That way.
Felicia turned and stormed off, grumbling about the insanity she found herself in.
I could see why you were betrothed, young trooper. She has the spirit of my proud warrior wife, Lady Sif.
Tell me about it. I played Monopoly with Felicia once, and I'm surprised I got away with my life.
Jeepers! I guess into the darkness we go.
Thor, don't you want your hammer?
I don't really need it. After all, I have my axe.
Thor grabbed the battle axe from behind his throne and hoisted it into the sky.
You would rather take your axe instead of Mjolnir?
Fenrir's breath. Don't ask me any more questions.
Dan and Jeepers stared at Thor.
All right, admittedly, not my best retort. I'll workshop it. But if you need a weapon, young trooper, perhaps Mjolnir will respond to you.
Really? You think so?
It's worth a try.
Dan approached the podium where the hammer sat. He grabbed the handle with both hands and pulled with all his might, but he could not lift either.
Sorry, you won't budge.
Well, I had hoped, but no matter. Jeepers.
Jeepers! I sincerely doubt it.
Well, here then.
Thor produced a sharp-looking sword that he threw to Dan, who surprisingly caught it without effort.
There you go, in case you need it.
The sword seemed so familiar to Dan. He read the lettering on it.
Excalibur? How the heck can you have Excalibur just lying around?
It's a long story, and we're running out of time. Onward!
Thor stormed off, swinging his axe. Dan and Jeepers looked at each other and shrugged.
Well, off we go.
Jeepers! Yes! Into the land of the dead.